Alright, yep. What's up, guys? It's me. Don't mind this. This is just a rig so that I can test this out and show you that it works. I'm making a turret tutorial, if you read the title, because a request from the TIE Fighters tutorial by someone by the username of your mom. I'm not joking about that. That's his actual username, and he asked that if I could perhaps make a turret tutorial because he doesn't really understand how to make them. So here you go. I'm making that tutorial now. So up here is where I'm gonna start building it. So first of all, you're gonna want to get the turret rotor. You're gonna see that says rotating side and turret. You're gonna want to keep the rotating side up, and the and see how the white line here is this. Wherever you want the front of the turret to be, you're gonna want these white and red lines to be facing forward. I'm gonna make it this big. You can make it as small as you need. You just need to proportionately change the size of your and in case your thing doesn't move, then it may be because you did not properly set it up. Now I'm going to show you two ways you can make this. I'm going to make this actually look nice as well, which isn't a necessity. It's just nice to do. You could just have one of these, or you can actually have just full on two of them. Or you can have two of them. This is just for looks. You can just have something connecting this to another turret motor. This first one is the single side one that I'm going to show you. And you see the turrets on the outside. I need to change that. I need to make sure rotating side is out and that the red line is still facing forward. Because wherever this red line is, that's what's going to be moving around. The white is just the base, where it's going to default back to when you disable turret motors, and this is what it is pointing towards where you're aiming. And having something like this is for 360, or you could just have one of them. I'm actually going to make that smaller. And it looks, doesn't need to be like this. Just make it look whatever way you want. Now I'm going to show you with autocannons, both autocannons and lasers. Going for the smallest one. So something like this should work. But I should probably move these out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this. One by two. Honestly, this is getting too complex. I'm just going to go for a simple design instead. Because honestly, I forgot how I did this. So just don't mind this. I'm just trying to make this to something I can actually copy and paste. No, this is how a dual version would, or you just have bring these in and then bring them up. I know I've not talked a lot, but I'm going to explain this once I get this. This is just a some general ways I've done it before. Of course, the design does not matter. It's just the mechanics that I'm trying to explain. You just have to make sure that, one, these turret motors are only connected to this, to what's connected to the base motor, or to the ship. You see how the base motor is connected to the ship, and these things that are connected to the up and down motors. I'm just gonna call them, that's what these are. The Y motors, X motor, and for the Z axis, which would be a roll, you don't need that. It's unnecessary. When all you need is an up and down and a side to side. And this can cover up as much ground as it is allowed to do so. If anything's blocking its way, then it can't go past that. That's its own limit. Other than that, this wouldn't really have much limit. So if you put this on the outside of a ship and it had space around the entire ship and like a spherical ship, it would have full free motion. Like if you were to put on that and have a ring around it connected to this with some space above it between the ship itself and that, and then you just have on the sides of that ring what a half ring, which would have the guns on it. You would have full free motion of a true 360 ring. Okay, so I may not be the best at teaching, but here's what I'm explaining. So this is just the mount for the guns itself. It's connected to the rotating side of the turrets. The red line is supposed to be facing forward where the guns are facing. Same for the base. The base should be facing the same way the guns are facing. It's like these lasers and autocannons all facing that way, so all the red lines need to be facing that way as well. I'll explain it a little bit. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. If you're still having trouble understanding it, then I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I really am. Now let me just connect all of this. I'm making sure I have over 100% extra power right down there. You're gonna need to make sure you're in the positives at least. And the more extra power you have, I think it means that the more of these you can actually use at once. Like, the more engines you could use at a single time, or stuff like that. I'll just add one more gyro. Alright. I did try to figure out turrets myself a long time ago, so turret tutorial. Now, if I have to edit this a bit, then I will do so, and I'll try to point out the mistakes I've made. So if it doesn't work, bear with me. We'll see if there is some mistakes I've made. And if you do have, and if just like what the guy did, okay, you see how it's moving around effortlessly, and it's pointing wherever my mouth is pointing. That's the goal. And like this, where it's pointing just ahead of where you actually turn. And also, if you notice something about this, these have flame, but for some reason the cylindrical engines don't. So for aesthetic design, if you want to have these flames coming out of your engines, use a square engine. Try and fit it around a cylinder, an artificial cylinder. And I think this really should be it. And if you need to talk to me more about for more explanation, you can join my Discord server, and I'll try and help you out and try maybe even get into your world and into your editor and help you out. Now, bear in mind, I'm not the best builder. I'm just trying to help people understand some concepts I've learned just through my own experience, because I want people to not have an easier time trying to understand how to build than me. So, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. It would be much appreciated, and leave a comment on anything else you need me to try and create a tutorial. I'll tell if I don't know how to build something, then I'll make that known. Now cars, I have built a car before, but they're very complex. Even I barely understand them. I didn't even create the axes I use for my Terreno. Which at this point the tutorial's over. I'm just trying to explain some things I do know how to build. Like I can build something like this. This is something completely different. Or movable wings, with like my X-wing. It has foldable wings. Or my Devop type Starfighter, which has landing gears that will pop out from side to side to down by facing up, which is a lot of to use turret motors. Mess around with them. Heck, even join the Astrocraft Discord, which is in the description of the game itself, so you can just like even this. I have not even perfected this yet because it always drifts to the right. It drifts a little bit when I'm not trying to drift. Or like I'm gonna lock this uses turret motors in order to actually move, and the back wheels, they don't spin. It's really weird. I have a feeling that's the source of a lot of these problems. But like, this is just a simple build because I was like, yo, I'm gonna be a big weeb and just build a Trueno 886 from Initial D. Okay, yeah. So that's really all I have to explain. So see you guys later in the next video. Bye bye.